Hey, what's up, guys? This is Austin Farrow, Big Daddy Carnivore. If you watched my last video, I went over my doctor's visit. It was very strange. You know, they didn't like the carnivore diet, which was expected. Um, they they wanted me to eat more vegetables and fruits. Who saw that coming? Um, Not surprised. Um, but I did get my blood drawn. They didn't really give me all the tests I wanted. Maybe I didn't ask for the right things. I don't know. I figured, when you get your blood drawn for tests, they give you the same stuff you got the last time. I'm not seeing my sodium results and all this stuff that I have written down from the last time, but, I did get the cholesterol. I got the A1C, the glucose. So, um, we're going to go over that in this video. Some interesting results there. Some good, some bad. I'm questioning the fact that I didn't sleep and fast and go to the doctor. Like, I worked all night and slept in the car for an hour outside the doctor's office and then went in. So I think that definitely played a part in my glucose number, my A1C number, because that went up. I was definitely expecting that to go down, seeing that I haven't ate sugar in over 150 days. Like, not even once, not even a sip or nothing. So that was interesting to see, but I do question. I mean, I did fast 12 hours. My last meal was like 9:30 at night. I went into work, worked all night. It was really hot. We did a lot of sweating. All I did was drink water. Um, So, I did technically fast, but I was awake. So I don't know if that has a big effect on your blood test or not. It definitely wasn't the same as the last time where I was sleeping all night and fasted that way and then went in. So we'll see. I mean, I'll do another one in February. I do my physical every year around the beginning of the year. So we'll just see then. Hopefully that'll give us some real results. That'll be about 11 months into carnivore at that point. So that'll give us a real good picture of how my body's responding to eating just meat and eggs. Um, but I do have some measurements we'll go over, weight, and then we'll go over the blood tests. So again, this is 150 days into carnivore. I started March 24th, 2024. Today is what is today? Today is August 25th. My 150 days was the 21st, so 4 days ago. And then I got my blood drawn on Friday. Today's Sunday, so 2 days ago. So maybe there's another test coming that isn't there yet. I don't know. It is the weekend, so I didn't think it takes that long to get a blood test back, but we'll see. But anyways, so when I started carnivore back in March, I was 410 pounds. Today, or I should say the 21st, I was 342.4 pounds. So right there at 68 pounds lost. As of this morning, I was 341. So 69 pounds right now. In, 154 days currently. So feel pretty good. I mean, this is definitely the most weight that I have lost in this short amount of time. I have memories on my Facebook, and I usually lose 10 pounds a month doing other diets. But yeah, this is 4 5 months in, and I'm at almost 70 pounds lost. I've lost 80 pounds my total since but right before I started carnivore, I went on a cruise, drank heavily, ate everything I could. I was on vacation having a good old time, and I came back just super bloated, like felt like crap. And that trip is where I found out about the carnivore diet. My dad was telling me about it. He was actively doing it. He definitely fell off the wagon on the cruise, but he was telling me about it. He told me about the books to read, told me the YouTube guys to watch. I definitely follow Dr. Ken Berry. I'm drawing a blank right now. Sean Baker, sorry. And the guy from Australia. Those three are my favorite for sure. I know I can't remember their names right now, but I wasn't prepared. But yeah, that's where I found out about it. And then after I came back feeling like crap, and then I stepped on the scale and I was like, holy crap! I picked up 15 pounds on a 5-day cruise. Like, a little crazy. So definitely toned it back the week after. Drank a lot of water and rehydrated because I was super dehydrated from the cruise. Super bloated. My ankles were super swollen. Like, it's not good. And then I decided, yeah, I'm gonna take this plunge and start a carnivore. So yeah, like I said back then, when I started, I was 410 pounds, and it's been a downhill slope ever since. I track my weight with MyFitnessPal, and that graph is a sweet little decline all the way. So it's been great. I've been in some tough situations where a dessert looks good, or having a good time with some friends, and they're partying and drinking, and that's fine. I've gotten to the point now where I can be around it. It doesn't bother me at all. In the beginning, yeah, I was like, no, I'm going to go home and not be around it. But now, it doesn't bother me. I'm just the DD. I have no problem picking anybody up or taking them home, making sure everybody gets home safe. So, let's go over the measurements here. Currently, my waist measures at 51 inches. That is a loss of 8 inches since the beginning. Hips also at 51 inches. That's a 7-inch loss. Chest is at 49.5 inches. It's a 5.5 inches lost. Left and right arms, biceps, 15 inches each. Both are a 2-inch loss. Left and right quads, both at 30 inches. And that's a 5-inch loss for both. Feeling really good about that. I have monster quads, so the fact that they're almost under a normal man's waist is exciting. I'm actually getting ready to go on a trip for work here in a few days, so I'm hoping I can get in there and not have to use a seatbelt extender. I'll find out. That would be great. That's one of my worst things of being overweight. I hate dealing with it. Like, hate asking for it. People, you always just, most people aren't paying attention, but some people are, and you ask for the seatbelt extension. It's just embarrassing, man. It is, God, it's a terrible feeling. So I'm definitely looking forward to not having to do that ever again. I might have to do it this trip. We'll see. I think the last time I was under 350, I didn't need one, so hoping that's the case now. But I'll find out in a couple days. Where were we? My calves. Left calf is at 23.75 inches. Again, I have huge legs, so huge calves. I mean, I would love for that to be in like a low teen number. I don't know if it ever will. Right now that leg is at a 3.25 inches lost. Right calf is measuring at 23.25. So for some reason my right calf's a half inch smaller. Always has been. That's a 3-inch loss. And then my last measurement is my neck. That's a new one I started on this fitness journey. I've never measured my neck before, so I figured, doesn't hurt. Throw it in there, add it to the total number, and track it. But it's down 16 inches. It was 17, so it's a 1-inch loss. That's something. So that brings my total with all those things. Granted, not a lot of people measure their calves and their neck like I do, but my total inches is 304.5 inches. Let me look at what my original was. My total inches before was 346.25 inches. So almost 350 inches measured, which is crazy. So that's a loss of 41.75 inches, accompanied with the 68 pounds loss. So feeling really good. The weight loss is great. The inch loss is even better. I mean, that's a non-scale victory. So that's just something to keep track of, and throughout my journey, just be proud of. I mean, that's 3 feet, over 3 feet. So super happy about that. Go over some of the things that were in my doctor visit. I checked my blood pressures, 120 over 80. I'm pretty sure that's perfect. So that's cool. It wasn't far off before. Let's see. I have that in here. Before it was 126 over 72. So I would say that's an improvement. My pulse was 88 to that day on Friday. When I went in February, it was at 79, so it's a little higher. But like I said, I'd been up all night working. Tried to take a nap in the car when I got to the office because I was super early, but that could have messed with some stuff. So, I mean, my resting heart rate is fairly good for what I weigh. My BMI currently is 50.5, so we're getting ready to break that 50 mark. I believe when I started, the 410 when I started Carnivore was 59.97 of a BMI. So at the 420, I was definitely in the 60s, which, that's crazy number of a BMI. So, so let's go over the blood results. Cholesterol before in February, 174. That was in the normal range. Under 200 is the normal range. Currently, after 150 days of carnivore, is 141. So all that red meat and eggs didn't raise my cholesterol. That's weird. Triglycerides. Honestly, I couldn't tell you what they are. I know the normal is under 150. When I started this, I was at 146, so I was almost over that normal range. Today, I am at 74. So, I mean, I cut that in half. Easy. Feeling really good about that. This is a weird one. So HDL cholesterol was 40. According to the little chart on the app, that's normal. Today it was 36, and their app says that is low number. So I'll need to do some more research into what the HDL and LDL and all that is. I don't really remember it off the top of my head, so I'm just going off of what the results were and sharing it with you guys. But, they're saying that's low. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. We'll find out. LDL cholesterol, it was 105 in February. It is now 90. And that's cholesterol, and it went down, so I'm guessing that's a good thing. Like I said, I'm not a doctor, so yeah. I didn't write down my non-HDL cholesterol, but I know that went down. It was 134. I think now it's at like 110, if I had to guess, maybe 100 or 90, something like that. But that went down as well. Here's where it gets weird. A1C back in February was a 5.3. Wasn't pre-diabetic, even though I was 410 pounds and ate pizza and drank soda. It was diet soda, but I ate a lot of pizza, a lot of junk, a lot of bread, sugar, carbs. I remember one day I ate a whole freaking gallon of freaking ice cream, and I felt so bad. I definitely felt worse after eating it compared to however I felt for eating it in the first place, so I don't do that anymore. And then the glucose was 105 back in February, and Friday it was 111. So both those numbers were up just slightly, both under range, but still very weird. And I could see where the doctor was saying, "Oh, my labs looked good," because yeah, all that stuff was in range. It was normal. Nothing was high where they needed to put me on medication or anything like that. But I don't know what the doctor doesn't understand is, like, I'm 31 years old. I definitely don't want to be on a medication for high cholesterol or blood pressure or diabetes, insulin. No. I am, definitely coming to the realization that this country has been led the wrong way when it comes to food and how they prepare it and what's good for you and what's bad for you, and it is scary. And I try to tell my friends. A lot of my friends see it. They're like, "Man, I think you're on the right path." Like, I'm like, "Yeah, just look around. Look at the research. This stuff is crazy when you think about it. Like, look back in the 50s, man. Like, people weren't obese back then. You look around now, everybody's obese, or at least a little overweight. That's not how America should be. So, really looking forward to Homestead How, Kerry Mann, getting his documentary out there. That's going to be awesome. I'm going to share the shit out of that thing. And just let the world see, like, what's happening. Stop eating carbs, stop eating sugar, eat red meat, and you're going to feel better. You're going to move better. You're going to look better. I'm not a doctor, and like I said, I don't even know what half these cholesterol, triglycerides even mean. I'm a mechanic, I work in automation. I actually work in a warehouse that sends out all the bad food. Imagine that. I think the only thing I could eat technically in that warehouse, not that I do that, it's super frowned upon. It's a fireable offense to steal food. But the only thing that comes through that warehouse that I could eat is probably any beef jerky. And even then, if you turn and look at the ingredients and the health information on beef jerky, there's sugar in it. No. Why do you need to put sugar on beef jerky? It needs salt. That's all it needs. Maybe a little seasoning, but no sugar. So, other than that, it's, Twinkies and all kinds of junk that comes through there. So the joke is, we always say, no matter how long it takes us to fix something, the fat kids are still going to get their Twinkies, um, which is unfortunate. It's it's getting crazy, man. Like, I see it in my own family that my whole family is just never taking care of themselves, and this is how we got to this. I'm probably the biggest person in my entire family. My grandpa was pretty close. I think he was over 400 once. He ended up getting gastric bypass surgery. It helped him a lot. I mean, he lost tons of weight and kept it off because, if you ever get that, your stomach's the size of your thumb, so it doesn't take much to fill you up. But the problem I see with that is that you're not supplying your body with nutrients. And my grandpa passed away in September last year. He was another believer in that. He thought that high fructose corn syrup was the worst thing ever. He's like, ever since they started putting that in foods, it's people getting sick, and it's not good for you. And I think about that a lot, that conversation we had, because I could see it. High fructose corn syrup, sugar, cooking oils, all that. It's nonsense. So, do your research. That's all I can tell you. Just look around, do your research, think about it, and just if you want to do carnivore, look at these videos and see how much better people are feeling. My doctor told me to stop eating this way and make sure to include fruits and vegetables in my diet, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I've never been a big fan of vegetables to begin with. And I was eating fruit before this. I was eating apples and oranges every day. And I was trying to be, normal American diet. And I didn't lose weight. I didn't feel better. I just stayed the same. And all it did was make me hungrier, honestly. Like, I was trying to have an apple in the morning or an orange, and it just feels like it gives you sugar, and then when your body gets that, you want more of it, and then you get hungrier. I don't get that anymore. I mean, yesterday, I think all I ate yesterday was a couple Chomps beef sticks. I mean, throughout the whole day, I had like maybe 4. And then I was at the racetrack with a buddy, and I go to the concession stand, and they had a Wagyu hot dog. And I was like, I'll try that. So I got a Wagyu hot dog. It was like $6.50. Kind of ridiculous. But I got the hot dog. I ate it plain. It was good. It was interesting. But hey, it was cool because I was at a racetrack in Pueblo, Colorado, where I'm sure not the healthiest options are going to be there. I wasn't very prepared. I didn't bring like steak or anything with me. It was kind of an on-the-fly moment to go. I got my car running yesterday morning before I went, so my car had been down for 330 days. I blew up the engine, got it rebuilt. So it was a huge day for me yesterday to get that going. Clean up the garage it was in, test it, looks good. I got it back in there, and then I got ready to go down to the track, which is a 2.5 hour drive from where I live. So, all I did was grab my Chomps beef sticks, my electrolytes, packed a bunch of waters. I was like, hey, this is good. The problem is I should have ate breakfast that day, and I didn't. But I wasn't really hungry. I had tons of food the day before because I was doing that whole work overnight deal. So before I went into work overnight, I had 4 eggs, like 6 or 7 pieces of bacon, and a big piece of roast, big steak. And I was not hungry all night, so it was a good thing. I ate all that before my doctor's appointment. 12 hours ahead of time, but it was good. I wasn't hungry in between those times, so um, and it gave me tons of energy. I don't drink coffee. I don't drink energy drinks, and I I work a day shift now. I worked night shift for 5 years. Um, so me being a day shifter working nights, it was. I thought it would be harder than it was, but honestly, I think I was doing the best out of everyone. Everyone else was dragging, and they drink coffee and smoke cigarettes or whatever, and they feel like crap. I didn't. I was on it. I was tired. Don't get me wrong. When I got to the doctor's office, I was tired. I had been up for like 18 hours at that point, straight working. So, I was tired, but at work, I was good. It was when I started driving home, and I'm like, dang, I really want to go to bed right now, but I got to stay up for 3 more hours to go to the doctor. It was just poor planning. I should have moved my appointment when my job needed me to come in for this project. So next time I'll definitely move it if it's conflicting. So just because I don't trust the test results, I honestly want to go get them tested again. I might go to a different place, just like an emergent care. I don't know if they can do that there. I'll look it up, but um, yeah, I don't know if I just don't trust this glucose and A1C number. There's no way that it went up eating just meat. Um, but we'll see. Maybe I'll test it in a couple months and see how it goes. But I haven't had sugar, sweets, nothing. So be very, very interesting to see if that went up. But the problem is now that same doctor can use that against me in his battle to go against the carnivore diet. I told him I'm doing that, and the first thing he says, "Oh, you listen to Jordan Peterson?" I said, "Well, yeah, he's one of the guys, yeah." And he goes on to tell me that, well, I think those guys really do that because of how they feel. It's not really for weight loss. I'm like, well, it's both. And I'm also doing it because my feet hurt, or did hurt. They don't hurt anymore. I used to crawl out of bed. Now I can get up and walk. Um, after a hard day at work, it'd be hard to get out of the truck and walk back in my apartment. But now, it's fine. So, it may be to Jordan Peterson and various others are doing it because they feel better, but so am I. But I'm also doing it mainly for weight loss because that also helps me feel better. So yeah, this is day 154 currently, but all these results are from 150. Yeah, we're down 68 pounds, 41.75 inches. Cholesterol is down. Triglycerides is down. I feel great. My friends have called me the Energizer Bunny. They said I just do not run out of energy. We got my engine into my car last Sunday, and that's where we finally got the whole thing into the car. Once we got it bolted in, we're like, all right, that was enough for today. That took some time. But after that, I would work all day, come home, and I would work on it for 6 hours, and then I go to sleep. Every night, and then I got it running by Saturday. So, in seven days from when it was dropped into the car to when it was running. One of those days I didn't even get to work on it because of this work project thing. I couldn't work on it after work because I had to go to bed. So the energy's great. It's really been awesome. I just don't have any really negative things to say about eating this way. Should definitely give it a try. I need to stop rambling. We're at like 30 minutes now. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more updates. So far, so good. Thanks again.